Good morning, everyone. It is once again solo errand time here on Bennett Baby Quest. I kind of wanted to start doing stuff like this, kind of just for the gals type of thing. So here I am in all my morning glory. So forgive me for the sleepy face and the bedhead. I'm going to just kind of go through the supplements that I'm taking right now, and since it's the beginning of a new month, and I'm taking a couple different new ones. Having my morning tea rather than coffee. Send help. Trying to just lower my caffeine intake, and I think coffee for me is more of a morning ritual. So I'm trying to make a different morning ritual so that I can kill my caffeine addiction. I had to actually go through and write everything down because I do take a lot of supplements right now, and everything that I have decided to take for this period of time have been just based on what I've been reading. A lot of it is very much kind of catered to me specifically. So being a woman with PCOS, being a woman with low AMH, or perhaps even DOR, which is diminished ovarian reserve. I want to make sure that my eggs that I do have are the best quality they can be. So there's a lot of antioxidants, and there's a lot of herbs and supplements that kind of work towards that. Also, like I said, having PCOS, I take a lot of hormone balancing herbs and supplements. So I'm going to kind of go through what I'm taking. When Michael and I first started going on kind of this journey, I wanted him to promise me that for the next 3 months, and this is back when we started in July, that for the next 3 months we were going to very consistently work on our diet and work on our supplements and do the best we could to try to stay healthy for at least 3 full months with no slip ups. And so far, so good. We've done really well. So I think a couple of things that I've learned as I've been reading more and researching more, I might stop taking some of the things and I might start taking other things, but I'll go through that kind of as I go through. I did take a lot of notes, so you'll kind of see me like looking down and kind of reminding myself kind of where I am, so I don't kind of just ramble on for several minutes. All right, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. One of the most important things that I take is a prenatal, and I've been taking this the whole time that we've been trying. I've been taking a prenatal. I took some time off, but it's really important. This is the one that I'm taking now. And this is one that was recommended by the book It Starts with the Egg, which I'll link below, and also link the supplement list for that. It's a really good book if you're trying to conceive, and if you're just trying to kind of balance your hormones and, get your body ready for pregnancy, or just because you need to balance yourself out. A lot of people that are doing IVF use it, or like kind of recommend it because it's really good for bettering your body for IVF, where you have to have viable eggs and you have to take care of that and your egg quality and quantity. But anyway, it's really important when you're taking a prenatal that you do one that has folate rather than folic acid. Folic acid is synthetic, so it's man-made, and folate comes actually from whole foods, so actual food, vitamins from actual food. So there's a ton of stuff in here, and it's very, very, very small. So I'm not even going to try to show that to the camera and make you read it. But vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B, I believe it's 6, vitamin B12, folate, and it's also methylated folate. That's important too. let's see, it's so small. Calcium, iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, chromium, and myodinium. So there's, I think you only have to take one of these a day. A lot of the other ones that I was taking had to take 3 pills a day, and it was just a lot. And I already take a lot. So it's Theranetal Core, and this is actually for preconception. So it's specifically for women who are trying to get pregnant. Before you get pregnant, I think after, like if you do end up getting pregnant, you start taking a different one. So that's that one. The Super R lipoic acid. This is a mitochondrial antioxidant that combats cell damage. So there's a lot of stuff like this that I take. This one specifically alters the expression of toxic cells and is really good for low AMH, which means that, the cells that the eggs that I have, I want to make sure that they're the best they can be. So this really helps. And it's life extensions, 240 milligrams. I take one of these a day. This one is hard to say. Inositol L-cysteine, which a lot of people just call it NAC. And it's the Life Extensions brand also. 600 milligrams. I take one of these a day. This is very similar to the one I just talked about. It's basically it just fights off free radicals. It's another antioxidant that really helps with just making sure that your eggs are as good as they can be. Let's see. It also is really good for PCOS, which is something that I have. And it really helps with ovulation. And reduces oxidative stress that can damage or kill reproductive cells. So that one's a really important one for me too. All right. I take 2 different types of CoQ10, which I actually take ubiquinol, which is a runoff of CoQ10. So CoQ10 is separated between ubiquinol and ubiquinone. And then ubiquinol is is the important part for me. So I take a 200 milligram ubiquinone from Yarrow, I'm not sure how to say that exactly. And then the Life Extensions brand. And to be very honest, the reason that I got, and this is 100 milligrams, the reason I got this one is because it just says enhanced mitochondrial support, and so for some reason in my brain I was thinking that this one was just better in some way, which is probably not true. But so I put that in there. I take 600 milligrams of this a day. So I take, I take 400 in the morning and 200 at night. The reason that it's so good for you is it's critical for cellular energy production, and it's a mitochondrial nutrient that reverses the aging of eggs and cells. So for people like me with PCOS, with low AMH levels and advanced maternal age, it's really important to take a supplement like ubiquinol, because it just really helps with your cells. It also helps with other things in your body too that are really good for you. CoQ10 is actually an incredible supplement. It is expensive, but it's really, really, really good for you. All right. We have just started taking turmeric. It's one of the newer ones we've started. And one of the reasons that I take this specifically is because I have amenorrhea, which means that I don't get a normal period or like a regular period. For a lot of the times I don't get periods at all for a long span of time. It's really good for removing stagnant blood and kind of just getting the blood flow going. It stimulates and regulates the flow. It is also an anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant, so it's just really good for you in general. This is one of the ones though that when you do get pregnant you need to stop taking, because it does kind of push the, basically the lining of the uterus is where all that tissue and kind of builds up. So this actually kind of sheds that off and gets the old stuff out of there. So if you are pregnant, you need to stop taking this. Another newer one that we're taking is ashwagandha. This one enhances the endocrine system and maintains balance of reproductive organs. It's an adaptogen, so it really assists like a healthy cortisol level and helps kind of reduce the cortisol. And cortisol is like a stress hormone. So you want your body to be like the least stressed that you can ever be. That's why everyone tells you like, oh, don't, you just need to relax, stop worrying about it, and it'll happen. Well, it's impossible to do that. I mean, especially if you know what it's like to want a child so badly and kind of be stuck in this weird infertility struggle. You don't ever really stop thinking about it. So you can't really stop stressing about it, especially for someone who just worries about everything all the time. Like myself. But anyway, it increases blood flow. It's also, it kind of just protects the body from damage, or protects the body from like stress toxicity, and it's just good for you in general. It's a really good herb. One of the most important ones that I take outside of the ubiquinol is Inositol. So this is the Life Extensions brand that I use, and I take 2 of these a day, so it's 2,000 milligrams. And this is kind of a long, drawn-out explanation, but the biggest thing that Inositol does, it's much like metformin in the way that it's like a second messenger for insulin, and it regulates your hormones by making your body more sensitive to insulin. And your body, as a woman, there are things that go through there, and they have to react when they get that insulin flow. And when your body is insulin resistant, like mine is, or like a lot of people with PCOS are, your body doesn't respond to insulin because it doesn't even recognize it. So Inositol kind of stimulates your body to accept that insulin, in which kind of starts to make your hormones work the right way, makes your ovaries more, makes them wake up. So, and honestly, I am obviously not a doctor, and I only know this stuff by reading it. And to be honest, like my reading comprehension at this point in the day is not A+, but I do have some information here. And where I got all my information about Inositol was a study called The Inositols on PCOS, Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, by Bharati Kalra, Sanjay Kalra, and JB Sharma. Obviously, I could be mispronouncing these names, so I apologize if that's happening, but I will also link it down below so you can just click on it if you're interested in reading it, because it's super, super interesting. And PCOS does not have a cure. I mean, they just tell you to lose weight or to change your diet, but Inositol really, really, really helps it. So, and it's better than metformin because it's a supplement. It's not a man-made drug. But kind of going through my notes to see what other important. It also helps with follicular development. So, the eggs that you're getting are being developed. A lot of the time they don't get developed all the way, and then you end up not having a viable egg for that cycle. I also take metformin, which does the same thing, which I was prescribed by my doctor, and I take 500 milligrams of this twice a day. But it does much the same thing. But like I said, read that study if you do have PCOS, or you're just interested in reading medical studies about it for some reason. You might enjoy it, but it's really, really good. And again, I'll put it below. The other 2 that a lot of them that I take are just antioxidants. Vitamin C, obviously an antioxidant. It just helps with fighting toxins and balancing hormones. I'm sorry, vitamin E balances hormones by and helps PCOS by fighting toxins and increasing cervical mucus. This is also really good. Michael also takes this. It's also really good for him with sperm production and quality. Vitamin C is an antioxidant that reduces cellular damage, so I need that for my eggs. It increases iron absorption and is good for egg quality. Plus, it's good if you're sick. I don't know if I always take it, just because my prenatal already has these vitamins in it. I just kind of wanted to get on the health train, and I don't know if I'll always take additional supplements, but they're antioxidants. They're good for your body, good for your skin. All right, I think that's it. I do also take labetalol for high blood pressure, which I've had high blood pressure for a long time, so that helps. And it's also pregnancy friendly, so I can use that during pregnancy, and I wouldn't have to stop taking it. And I think that's it. Just doesn't seem, I mean, there's a lot of them, but it doesn't really seem like a lot. I also take melatonin at night, which is an antioxidant. It also helps you sleep better, and sleep is really important to help with your stress levels. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for listening to my babble about supplements. I will have Michael kind of go through his supplements as well later on today and tell you what he's taking. I know he takes a multivitamin and like an amino acid, I think it is. He also takes a couple of these things too, and he takes D vitamins or vitamin D. But other than that, that's all I'm taking for this month, starting in August, which is a continuation from a lot of them that I was taking in July. I do already feel a little different. I don't know if it's the exercise, the dieting, or the supplements, or probably a combination of all three. I'm trying not to drink as much coffee and not drinking any alcohol. I'm drinking raspberry leaf tea, which is also supposed to be really good for fertility. And to be very honest with you, I don't remember why. I think it's just good for regulating hormones, and it's another antioxidant because it's raspberry. But that's all I have, I think, for you today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for continuing to support us. And of course, if you want to like this video, or if you want to subscribe and follow our journey, you know how to do it. But thanks. All right. Have a nice Sunday.